Good morning, class 4. Today I am going to start a new chapter of your syllabus, that is decimal. So in our video class I already discussed about the introduction of this chapter. Thereafter today I am giving the explanation of this chapter from the beginning. So let's start. Look at the first slide on your screen. Here you can see a number which I wrote that is different from other numbers which you till date you know. So this type of number where one point is there in between the digits, this type of numbers are called decimal number. And before the decimal point, that is the point which is given before that, left hand side numbers are called whole number, and after the decimal the digits are called decimal numbers, decimal parts. So in this number you can see 15 is a whole number, thereafter one dot, that is the decimal point, and after the dot 5, 7, these two digits are decimal part. So this dot, decimal point, is very new to you. The numbers which consist of this type of point, they are called decimal numbers. So as I told you, in this type of number, left hand side part of the decimal is whole number part, and after the decimal right hand side part are decimal part. Now look at the number line. This number line I already explained to you in today's yesterday morning in the video class. If you see the number line, here you can see the whole number 0, 1, 2 are on this number line, and on this number line here we are going to show you few more new numbers, that are decimal numbers. Actually from 0 to 1, if you divide 0 to 1 into 10 equal divisions, then each division is 1/10th part. So you can see the above portion of the number line, all are written in fractional numbers. So if you look at your scale also, you can understand in the scale from 0 to 1 there are so many small lines. If you count from 0 to 1 there are 10 small lines. So that small lines actually in a same distance, and each small line represent one number. What number it is? It is a fractional number. You know, we can represent fractional number in the number line also. So that number are fractional numbers. So each small line represent 1/10th, 2/10th, 3/10th, 4/10th, like this up to 9/10th. And after 9/10th it is coming 10/10th. That means 10 by 10. 10 by 10 is equal to 1. That's why a whole number we got there, that is 1. Now 1/10 is nothing but 0.1. 2/10 in fraction is nothing but 0.2 in decimal numbers. So like this, 5/10 is equal to 0.5 in the decimal number. Okay, so in this way, if you check the numbers carefully in your book, in the number line, it is given in the page number 124. You can see after every fractional number, just below that fractional number, the decimal presentation of that number is given on the number line. So where is given 1/10, just below that it is written 0.1. Where is given 2/10, just below that line it is given 0.2. That means these above lines are representation of the fractional number, and the down line is the representation of the decimal numbers on the number line. Okay, please check page number 124. In the video class I explained that page. You can see it is how to read a fractional number, and that fractional number how to change in the decimal, and in the decimal number how to read that decimal number. All are given in a chart that I am going to explain here again. So first is given 1/10. 1/10, 1 by 10 in a fraction. If you write it in a fraction, then it is 1 by 10. Now 1 by 10, that means if there is 10 division, out of 10 division you are taking only one division. That means 1 by 10, and you can read it 1/10. 1/10 is nothing but 0.1, and in decimal you will read it 0.1. Okay, come to the next one, then I will explain again. Next is 4/10. 4/10. 4 by 10. 4 by 10, if you write in the decimal, it will be 0.4. Okay, you will read it 0.4. Like this, 10/10. 10/10. Out of 10 division, you are taking all division, that is 10 by 10. If you take all divisions, then it is actually the whole part you are taking, that is nothing but 1. So if you are taking 1, that means you can write it 1.0. So you will write 1.0 as a decimal. Next, coming to the next number, that is 5 and 0/10. 5 and 0/10 is nothing but 5.0. That is equal to only 5. Actually, it is a mixed fraction, and mixed fractional number, if you represent in the decimal number, then it will be only 5. And the 5 is a whole number. This whole number you can write in 5.0. Okay, next come to the next number, that is 1 1/10. 1 1/10, nothing but 1.1. 1.1, that is in the decimal number. Next is 7 and 8/10. 7 and 8/10, that is also a mixed fraction, and if you represent this mixed fraction into the decimal number, it will be 7.8. 7.8. Next is 25 and 5/10. 25 and 5/10, this is also a mixed fraction, that if you represent in a decimal, it will be 25.5. you read it as 25.5. Now come to the question that if I ask you that why it is only 0.5 in last case, why in the second last case 0.8, why it is 1.1? Because you will remember today in the video class whatever we learned, that is about 10th division. 10th division. That means we are talking about the decimals of 10th. Okay? TENTHS. That means among 10 parts you are doing the division. So in case of tenths, always decimal will be just before one digit from the right hand side. Decimal, if you convert the fraction into the decimal, then in case of decimal, just check the numerator and just before the right hand, just before the one digit, you will put the decimal point of this type of cases. As it is 1/10, so numerator is 1. So as I told you, it is division by 10. It is divisor is 10, or you can say denominator is 10. So you will write decimal point just before one digit from the right hand side, but in the numerator there is only one digit, that is 1. So you will write just before one decimal. And then what will be in the whole number part? Whole number part is nothing, only 0. Like this, in case of 4/10, it is only one digit in the numerator. We'll put the decimal just before 4, so it is 0.4. And in case of 10/10, we will put decimal just before one digit, that's why it is 1.0. And in case of 50/10, here also 5 is the whole number and 0 in the numerator, so decimal will be just before 0, so it will be 5.0. Like this. Next is 1.1, next is 7.8, and last is 25 is the whole number and 5/10. So in case of 5/10, if you change it into decimal, decimal will be just before 5, so answer will be 25.5. Okay, practice it.